obliterates this liberal on Timcast IRL last night, especially when it comes to January 6th. Last night, I saw some of the clips going around. I watched a little bit of it live, and it was so funny. I love it. I love it when there is something that he has decided that it's not okay. Man, does he go hard. He does not let up, and I love it so much. It's one of the most butt-clenching, uncomfortable clips I've seen in a while when it comes to debate. It is just, it's like watching a father scream at his son about politics for the first time. And it's just like, son, you are way too young to be having these conversations. You can't be having these conversations if you haven't looked into the information. Even January 6th committee is like, man, that Timcast is something else, Annie. That Timcast he be something else. I said that, not him. Don't be a racist. I wrote that, okay? He didn't say that. God, you people are sick. Make sure to get Daily Wire 50% off. Even Jeremy Boring watched the clip last night of Timcast IRL and is rumored to say, probably not said it because they like to sue. So this is a joke. Okay, Jeremy Boring. Okay, Tim behaving like that at the Daily Wire will lead to you to my secret chamber for special time with me. Jeremy Boring is feeling something. This sexual deviant has decided, Tim, if you acting like that at Daily Wire, I'm going to take you to my special man cave where you can have all the cigars you want. Put them all in your mouth at the same time. I don't care. Jeez. Ugh. What is going on at the Daily Wire? And even Glenn Beck saw the clip being passed around last night. Beck says Timcast IRL last night is rumored to have said, Timcast got me feeling saucy. I will double Daily Wire's salary of him. Okay, I added that last part, and also he, I think, likes to sue as well. But he does have Alex Stein on his show. So even the Blaze is wanting to take him away. Now, this clip is hysterical. Time for the butt-clenching moments. Time for just squeezing it. It's one of these clips that you're just like, he finally yelled at one of these idiots in the way you want to see done. And he just took it. All right, let's watch this.
No,
right.
I
So,
haven't.
no. Stop. You don't know anything about these January 6 cases. You don't know why these people are in jail. You don't know that a man is in Brooklyn right now for 3 years without charge or trial. And when Donald Trump says these people have been held for too long, you say, no, Trump is wrong. Keep them locked up. That's fucking fascist. Dude, you've been sitting here with no knowledge of the specifics of some of these cases. There is a man in Brooklyn right now, I'm going to say it again, no charges whatsoever brought, and he's been in jail for 3 fucking years. Yes. For you to sit there and say it is good that he remains locked up is fascism. Yes. That is saying the hierarchical system of the courts and the government is just, and the process is all that matters. And I am saying perhaps 3 years is enough. Because I actually have moral logic and an understanding of these cases. Hence, my position on January 6th has always been the people who have attacked police must go to prison. But 3 years is a fucking long time for assault on an officer. We have seen people on the far left, notably when they were firebombing shit all across Minnesota, 33 people murdered. And how many criminal charges did we get for this? When they firebombed a police station and forced the police to evacuate. On May 29th, 2020, when thousands of far leftists firebombed the White House grounds and set fire to St. John's Church and injured 100 police officers, how many fucking people went to prison for 3 years? How many of them who never showed up on that day are in prison for 20 years? Enrique Tarrio wasn't even in D.C. on January 6th, and you are saying that man who his only crime was, quote, don't leave. That's his only crime. You think he should be in prison for 20 years because you're a fascist. You don't care what the facts are. You don't care if this is unjust. You only care that the machine state has decreed you are not to be locked up. And this is the problem I have with the left. They don't know the facts. They don't care about the facts. They view morality as a blanket government stroke of the pen, and every person, regardless of their crime, should be in prison for decades. I reject it outright. The people who fought cops should go to prison. They did. It's been 3 years. But when you've got people who are on misdemeanor charges for having walked into a building at 4 p.m. after the riot, and I know some of these people, they walked into a building for 2 minutes and walked out, and they got 18 months for that. I don't see you defending the innocent people who walked onto a public grass at a public building after a riot had been completed. You don't know, you don't care. You've taken a tribal position and people are suffering because of it. Now you say that Donald Trump saying the injustice that we've seen warrants commutation or pardons. You say that means he's advocating for violence. This is the ultimate problem. Then you cite a press release from Maryland saying, but the right's more violent. There is a distinction between a white supremacist as a right-wing group and a run-of-the-mill Christian conservative who showed up on that day not to protest. Let's talk about Brandon Strzok. He never went in the building. He was on the other side of the building. There was a permitted protest. He walked up the stairs and he was yelling. They put this guy in prison. There is Owen Schroyer, who was at a permitted rally, who was yelling death to communists. They put him in prison and specifically cited his speech. My dude, you don't know what you're talking about. And it's fine. I get it. We try to be polite. We try to be nice. But there are so many young liberals who sit here and say, the corporate press told me that these people are bad and the machine state government has decreed it by pen. So I don't care what crime they committed. I don't care what the jury said. I don't care who was on the jury. Enrique Tarrio, who was not there, should be in prison for 2 decades. Tell me this now. Why is Enrique Tarrio in prison?
Yeah, so they uncovered with him.
Whoa. Tim Pool got me feeling a certain way. Oh no. Wasn't that amazing? Wasn't that amazing? They go on to talk about Ricky Ontario.
In prison for 2 decades.
Tim Pool shows way better when he's pissed. I know. It's so great. It's so great.
Tell me this now. Why is Enrique Tarrio in prison?
Yeah, so they uncovered with him his plot to overthrow the government.
Enrique Tarrio's?
Yeah, and his organization.
What plot? Who's they? Give me some
prosecutors.
Give me some fucking data. Stop.
Tim, we're not allowed to say those words on here. You're supposed to let me know so I can press this button.
Stop squinting at me and saying the prosecutors did a thing. You didn't know. You didn't read it. You didn't read the court papers. All you know is the fascist machine state told you he should be in prison, and you're saying yes to them. Tell me why. Give me the data.
I understand that laws on the books have been there for a long time that I agree with, that if it's proven that you had a plan and you wanted to act on it, and then days after.
What's the proof?
The proof is
say the proof.
By prosecutors.
Say it.
Communications between.
What communications? What did he say? What did he do?
Is this serious?
Are you going?
Yes, this is serious. Is this serious? Yeah, you have a guy that's been called like a Russian asset for a while because of his views, and then you have another guy that doesn't know what's going on, that just spouses what the media says and gets invited to the White House Christmas parties. Welcome to politics, kid. This is why children shouldn't be in politics.
To tell me why you think
you haven't even paid taxes yet.
Enrique Tarrio should be in prison for 20 years, or are you going to say the government decreed it?
I just explained to you.
So the government said so. Is that it?
It's usually law enforcement, which I guess is part of the government.
Government said so?
Yep.
Law
So
enforcement
that uncovers evidence of communications, a memo that he crafted.
Yes, and we trust the FBI and everything that they say. Look, I, for one, am on the FBI would never plant evidence. It's never been proven in court. They would never do that, especially to a black man in America. Oh, looks like you gotta cut your grandma haircut. Just put it all on the front. What about the back? Party in the front. Business in the back, says Gen Z.
And sent to his organization.
Saying what?
That detailed each institution of government that they were going to try to overthrow. Then just days later, his organization is at the Capitol.
Yeah, the Proud Boys were going to take over America. That's like saying Antifa is going to take over America. Shut the up. They're only allowed to take over autonomous zones. And those are for racism. That's fine.
I don't think we can even pull up Enrique Tarrio.
All right, it slows down after that, but man, this clip of Tin Pool, I'm like, maybe I'll watch the show again. Maybe I'll wear more beanies around my wife. Maybe she'll finally find me attractive. Maybe wearing the beanie does increase your testosterone. You dirty, dirty dog. Anywho.